Hello and welcome everybody. Today we've got some Nemesis. This is a fantastic game. Um, well, I've played it multiplayer and it's fantastic multiplayer. It's got a solo mode, so I'm gonna give it a go and I'm gonna go true solo. Now, what I've decided to do for this is to go a little bit light on how to play and to talking through mechanics and try and keep it more of a cinematic experience. It really lends itself to it. It's a lot like Alien. There are loads of really good how to play videos out there. The setup I've gone for, I'll show you. I'm really just focusing down on the board itself. So there is an intruder board and there will be a character board. There's the potential in future to put those down there if people would like to see that in a future playthrough. I could link together a few games into a mini campaign at some point. But this is where I'm starting. We're just going true solo. This is the Nemesis, loosely based or heavily based on the Nostromo. The idea is that we're going to wake up. We've got a bit of cryo sleep induced amnesia, so we don't quite know the layout of the ship. Something's gone horribly wrong. Let's see if I can show you. There's a corpse where we're going to wake up. This is the bank of cryo things. There's a corpse in the room. We're going to wake up in there, and we're going to have to try and basically get home or fulfill an objective, which you'll see in a moment. I've got a little bit of setup still to do just to show you that it's legit. So I'm going to just, as I say, hit it. If you want a more detailed talk through on the mechanics, let me know and I'll gladly do one. So first things first, we have to work out where the ship's going. We don't know. We need it to go to Earth. Well, depending on our objective. But if it goes to somewhere that isn't Earth and we don't have the objective, it's a fail. So these are all coordinates. They all have different. There's A, B, C, D. The nav computer is set to B. We don't know which planet is B. We have to go and find out. So I'm shuffling them all up. I'm going to take one at random and I'm going to place it down there. So that's where the ship's going. We'll have to go and investigate if we want to find out. Next thing, there's a couple of escape pods. Our objective might be that we just survive. We'll see. There's some engines. They're key. If two of those are working, we're safe. If two are not working, when the ship countdown, each turn, we're going to count down. If two of those are not working, at this point, we jump to hyperspace. If two of the engines are malfunctioning, ship blows up. If we're going to the wrong place, we lose. If we're not in hypersleep, we die as we ripped apart by the G's. We'll see what our objective is. There's loads of objectives. I've not played solo though, so I don't know what they're like. Anyway, again, I'm going into the bloody mechanics, aren't I? You don't want that. I'm playing this for one of our patrons. We have a main channel which does war games playthroughs. This is just my side thing that I play my my solo games, and we have patrons on the other channel, and one of them, Grant, was asking about Another Glorious Day in the Core, the Aliens game, and I suggested that this might be a better alternative, in particular for solo play. I just think this has got better replayability. Okay, so these are room types 1. I'm going to place them on all of the locations with a 1. We don't know what they are. Okay, so there we go. All of the room type 1s are out. Now we go to room type 2. Now, the room type 1s are the same in every game, although they are not in the same locations, clearly. Room type 2, well, only 5 of the 9 ever go down, so you don't quite know what you're going to get. Okay, so these go back in the box, so we're not allowed to look at those. that's those. Next thing we do is we have these exploration markers. We put one on each room. Okay, again, 4 of them don't go down because there are too many. So certain effects won't be active. Next thing we do is we're gonna draw our objectives. So these are the solo objectives. We draw 2 cards. However, we have to discard a card when the first intruder, not alien, turns up. So we have Destination Earth. The ship must reach Earth. So they've sent us out there to die. They should clean up their own mess. So this one, we just have to get to Earth. The second one, no men left behind. Send the signal and all rooms on the ship must be explored. Now, that'd be good in co-op, where you're all working together. That'd be quite an easy one. You'd each have an objective in that. I think we're just going to go for the easy one. Well, we don't know yet. We discard one later. Let's see where we get to. So those are our 2 objectives that we have to bear in mind as we're playing. For us to win, we have to survive, and the ship has to get to Earth. Perfect. Next, we do our character draft. So there's a variety of players. There are generic actions you can take, generic abilities everybody has, but then each character has a bit of flavour. They have different items and some different skills. So we have 2 to choose from. We have the soldier, good at fighting, clearly. And we have the mechanic. Now, the mechanic is a bit of a jack of all trades. He can open doors, fix things. I think he can put fires out, and he can climb through maintenance hatches, which is really useful. So I'm going to go with the mechanic. So I'm going to get things set up, get my character board ready, and we'll just get going. Right, so this is me. Here is the mechanic. I have placed his character card off to the side on a little sideboard for myself. He's holding a sawn-off shotgun. He's got 2 bullets in there. I've got my deck. I'll show you those as we go. I've just got this is the intruder card. I just have to deal 3 weaknesses randomly for that, which we can discover by researching a character's corpse, an intruder's egg, and an intruder's carcass. So if we could do those things, that's great. The rest go into the box. Somewhere on the ship is a nest, and within the nest are 5 eggs. That's them there. So I'm going to put the intruder board here, just so that you can see, the eggs. Gives me something to sort of like, I know it's a bit of clutter. I was trying to keep it themed, but you know. So I've got 2 quest items that I'm putting here as well. 2 quests, side quests. So basically I can get a flashlight if I discard an energy charge. So that'd be quite useful. And I can get a plasma torch if I activate the item in a storage room. The little one on those is how many cards you have to discard. You probably can't even see that being so far up in the air. But there you go. So that's that. There are decks of cards off screen and tokens and whatnot. So I'm going to try and just keep it a bit themed. I'm going to think I've done everything. I've talked through everything. So yeah, I'm going to draw my first 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't talk through what they are, actually. I'll try and keep it cinematic. Just as an indicator, though. If I don't do a certain action, like search, you need a card to do a search. You'll see. So we have a series of basic actions and card actions and room actions, but you'll see. Okay, so I will Discard a card. Oh, that's going to annoy me having my deck off to the left, my character board. I think I need to work out a way to have it up here. And I'm going to move. So I am the mechanic. Likelihood is we're going to get the ship back to Earth. So we're going to need to know the engines are safe, and we're going to need to get up there. There will be technical corridors that we can use, though. We can see where they are. These are these red dots around the ship. So there is a technical corridor from there, which can take us to here. So I think we go to the engines, make sure they're okay first. Then we go to the front, make sure we're going the right way, then come back and go to sleep. That's his plan. So we've spent a card, we're going to move. Oh, there's a corpse in the room with me. I'd normally pick that up, but none of the objectives require me to investigate the alien's weaknesses, so I'm just going to leave it. So we are going to move here. And we have found the cabins. Catch your breath. And there is one item in the cabins, and the movement caused no sound. Okay. I don't actually have a search, so I think I will spend ingenuity. I'm going to move to this location here. The generator, where we can initiate and stop the self-destruct sequence. I don't think we're going to be needing that, because we need to get the ship to Earth. Okay, so there is one item in the room. You orientate the room based upon the number of items, and then you turn it to tick down. And a door closes behind us. Normally you'd stand this up and then lie it down when it's broken, but what I'm going to do is lie it down so that you can see there's a door there. And when it's broken, I'll place a wound marker on it. And then we have to roll for noise this time. We get a 2, which means that there is noise in this corridor here. Basically, when noise appears again in a corridor or a room that, well, a corridor, because they always go into corridors, that already has noise, you have an encounter. We don't want encounters. So I've done 2 actions. That means that we end our first activation. At this point, you'd normally pass around, but because it's solo, we just carry on. That 2 activations only really matters if we're in a room that's on fire. I believe. We'll see. Now I've got 3 left in my hand. I think we might just move again and go to the engine room. So we go to the engines. I have to spend a dice. I spend a card. I'll spend computer skills. Now this is a danger symbol. What that means is that we place noise in all connected corridors. And there's also a technical corridor here, so we place one here. So every technical corridor has the noise in it, which means that if we have to put one in a technical corridor anywhere else, the alien comes out the vents. You can imagine. I do have a card to do fast repairs so that I could check the engine. However, there's a chance that we may have to do a noise check in the event stage or the intruder bag phase. And because there's noise all around me, that'd trigger an encounter. So we're not going to do that. We've made our way through the cabins and the generator. Doors close behind us, and we've got to the first engine room. At that point, we're going to pass. So we pass. Okay, so we move the time track. That's the first thing we do. Down to 14. We would move the self-destruct track, but it's not on. Intruders now attack. We don't have any, thankfully. Fire damage is done to the intruders. Nope. We resolve an event card. So, events. Okay. The first event of the game. These are going to be just off camera as well. Hunt. Okay, so there's nobody on there's no aliens to move. It says as well for the first of all you move them, then you do the flavor text and the effect, which in this one is move every adult intruder not in combat to a neighboring room with a character if possible. If there are several rooms to choose from, move the adult intruder to the room with the lowest room number. There are no adults there. There are no intruders, so thankfully that means nothing happens. Now we do the intruder bag development. So we draw from our tiny little bag. A bit disappointed with how small it is. And we see what it says. So it's blank. When you draw a blank, I believe we pop it back in, and I think we pop an extra adult in there. Let me just check. Yes, so we take our bag, and we also take another random adult token and drop it in. The blank's gone back in. Okay, so then we go back to the player phase. You see how it goes. I'm going to draw back up to 5 cards. Okay, so we are going to spend fast repairs to repair or break the engine, which means we get to look at the engine. This is the top card. It's damaged, see. So we can repair it by placing the working one on top. We know now that this one is okay. That's good. Right. Then next, I am going to spend rest and demolition. 2 cards. And I'm going to safe move into this room. Now, safe move means that I choose where the noise goes. Because there was one there. I just want to make sure. So we'll see what it is. Okay, so it's the emergency room. In fact, what I'm going to do, I think, is leave that faced up so that we know that it's working. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So I remember. Okay, so we've got an emergency room. Oh, slime, that means. So it says there's 4 items. However, because I'm playing true solo, you half the number. So there are actually 2 items in there. And we are slimed. So I had a slime marker to my character sheet. And what that basically does is, if I roll silent for my noise, it actually counts as danger. And also there are other effects linked to some of the event cards. So I'm covered in slime. In the emergency room, though, which we can treat our wounds in there for 2 actions. Let's see for our noise. Oh no, we don't have to roll for noise because we just get to place it. So I'm going to place it here on 3. That's because we did careful movement. We've got 2 cards left. We've got technical corridors and interruption. I don't like that there's 2 there, but yeah, I think I'm going to pass again. We're working our way through. We only have to check these 2 engines, pop through, sort out the coordinates, and get back here. When we get down to 8 on the countdown, the hibernatorium's going to open for us to get in bed. So anyway, we do that. We move the time track. Okay. Intruders attack. There aren't any of those. There's no fire. We resolve an event card. And we get lurking. Remove from the board all intruders which are not in a room with a character. Put their respective tokens in the bag. Okay, that's okay. We're getting lucky here. Things are going well at the moment. And then we get the bag development. Ooh. We get a larvae. Wish that there was a little card that was just a tiny card that had this on it. Like, there's the intruder symbols there on the intruder board. It'd be really nice if it just had the bag development effect next to it. I'm sure I'll get used to it if I play enough, but... okay, so we remove this token from the bag and add one breeder token instead. So that comes out, and we add a breeder token. They're big and scary. So that goes in. Okay. Right. So bag development's done. Comes back to us. We draw back up to 5. So we've got 2. So 3, 4. And then we're out of cards. So we have to shuffle our discard pile. And take the top one. Okay, so we're sitting on demolition, search, interruption, and technical corridors. So I think I'll spend search and interruption. No, I don't have to spend anything. I can just move. I'll spend interruption. I don't need to do a careful movement. I'll move into this space. 2. I could have searched in there, but... yeah, because I am slimed, aren't I? Maybe I'll have a look in a minute. Okay, so I've moved into there. I don't actually have any way to check this at the moment. Maybe I should have searched before I went. Am I allowed to take back? I think I'm allowed to take back, aren't I? We know what happens there. I'm going to search. I'm going to spend a search. So we turn that down to 1. And we take the top 2 from that deck's colour. The top 2 from the green. And we get to choose one. So we can either have adrenaline injection, so we can play all actions in a single turn. That doesn't really help us. Or we can have some bandages, which allows us to dress a serious wound or heal all light wounds. So we'll take that. There's also crafting. So that cloth, you can craft items. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but we'll see. So the one I didn't take goes on the bottom. If I get some more items, I'll tell you what I can craft. I will search again. Might as well do it, mightn't I? So that goes to 0. There'll be nothing left. Top 2 cards. Alcohol. 2 alcohols, so we'll take an alcohol. So we have bandages and alcohol. I'm pretty sure with that, we'll be able to make a Molotov cocktail. So, yes, Molotov cocktail. If I want with those 2 items, I can craft them for 1. But I don't think I want to. So now I'll do my move. I get there. I've got demolition and technical corridors left. I'll end it at that point. So we pass. We've got 2 cards in hand. We move the time track. Event card. Hatching. Discard 1 egg from the intruder board. Any characters in the nest room whose players have no action cards left are infested by a larva. I'm not in the nest. If no character is infested, put a larva token in the intruder bag. Okay, so we're going to take one of these eggs, take it off the board, and then we're going to take a larva, put it in the bag. It's obviously scurrying around the ship now. Okay, so intruder bag development. It's getting pretty full, this bag. Oh, it's a queen. It's the queen token. Queen, If there are any characters in the nest, place the queen in the room. There aren't. If there are no characters in the nest or its location has not been discovered, add an additional intruder egg token to the board, then return the queen token to its bag. Okay, it comes to us. This is going okay. I hope I get a quick repairs now. So I draw back up. 1, 2, 3. So pyrotechnics, we can start a fire or put a fire out. Rest, we can scan our contamination. Don't need any of that. Ingenuity, we can repair our oh no. So with this one, we can discard a malfunction, repair or break the engine, or craft an item. So we will repair or break the engine. It's damaged again. See? Oh, sorry. So that would have been the ship exploding. However, we have fixed it. So now we know 2 of the engines are working. We don't even have to bother going over there. So we just need to get to a technical corridor so that we can pop out up here, make sure we're going the right way, then get to the hibernatorium. Sounds easy? Probably not. Okay, so here, if we stay there and we have to roll for noise in the bag development stage, we've got a 50-50 chance of being ambushed, so it might be worth us moving. I think I will spend my rest to move to here. We have evacuation station B, so we use that to enter this escape pod. It seems a bit of a funny design, but it works. So there are 2 items in here. Halved means there are 1. It's always halved and rounded up, so if there's 1, you always get 1. And there's also a malfunction token. That means this room isn't working. So it says here that we can try and enter an escape pod, but if it's not working, we can't, so we'd have to fix it before we tried. I am quite good at fixing things. And if you have 8 of those on the table and you have to on the ship and you have to place another, same as fire, game ends. I've realised that I am just talking through how this works rather than giving you the cinematic experience. Sorry. Right, so that doesn't prevent you from searching, however. We have got 3 left. We can't search because we haven't got search, but because it's a white room, you can pick any of the 3 decks. Green is like healing. Yellow is like it's got a spanner on the front, and red is it's got bullets on. So you know, get the idea. Okay, so there are no technical corridors here. There is a technical corridor here or there. Oh, I have to roll for noise. Can't forget that. A 1, which is there. Now, do I move here or do I stay put? This is the question. I think I stay put. At the moment, there's only a 1 in 4 chance of me being ambushed. If I move to here, I'll place 1 down. I'll have to careful move because there's noise in the air duct. So no, I'm going to stay put. Yeah, I'm going to discard this demolition card and sit with 2 in hand. Okay, and then I'll pass. So we move the time track. Resolve event card. Life support failure. Place a malfunction marker in each explored green room. Then remove this event from the game and reshuffle the event deck, including the discard pile. So this comes out of the game. I place a malfunction marker in each green room. So it was only the emergency room. Well, that is 2 down. Then we are going to shuffle these ones back into the event deck. Okay. not too bad. We can live with that. Intruder bag development. This is the scary bit. Oh, it's blank again. So I have to put another adult in, don't I? I remember that. Ooh. There's a lot of adults in there now. You start off with 3 plus the number of players, so I think that's it up to 5 now. And there's only one blank. Okay. So it comes back to us. We draw up to 5 cards. We've currently got 2, technical corridors and pyrotechnics. We get computer skills, fast repairs, and then we have to shuffle our deck again and search. Okay, so we could search this room for something, or we could just press on. I think I just want to carry on. Okay, so I think I will search this location. And I'm going to go for an item, a yellow item. I want some fresh clothes, basically, so that I can get rid of this slime. Fire extinguisher or chemicals. Well, you can discard a fire marker. I do have a way to do that. Anyway, oh, but you can use it on an intruder and it makes it retreat. I will pick that up. That has to go in my hand. So the other 2 things I picked up are small items. They don't take up a hand slot. They can go in your backpack or your pocket. The bandages and the alcohol. But the fire extinguisher is bulky, so it has to go in your hand. Same as my shotgun. So now my hands are full. Okay. So that's that. I think then I'm just going to do a move. I'm going to spend computer skills. I'm going to move to here. I need to go quietly, actually. So I'm going to spend pyrotechnics as well. So that I can do it and place it where I want, because there's a noise in the technical corridor. Okay, we've found the canteen. Have a snack. Okay, so it says no noise, however, 1 item. However, because I'm slimed, that means we treat it, even though I moved it. Oh no, it's treat the... Pretty sure that's treat your roll as an X. Because I was doing careful movement, I didn't need to make a roll. So, because I don't need to make a roll, we're not going to treat the roll as an X. So, I'm just going to say that I still get to place it. I don't think I'm cheating there. I think that that's legitimate. I do. I don't think I'm cheating. So if I am, please let me know. But there's probably an FAQ on it. I'm just lazy. So anyway, that is us. We are in the canteen. We've made a bit of noise that way. There's 1 item in there. We have technical corridors and fast repairs left. I've got bandages, alcohol, sawn-off shotgun, and a fire extinguisher. I think again I'm gonna just hold fire on moving any further. I want to get up here next, but I'm gonna pass. So we move the time track. I hope you can see that. We're on a 10. Then we intruders attack, no. Fire damage, no. Resolve event card. Okay. Oh no. So, noise in technical corridors. Place a noise marker in the technical corridor if there isn't already one there. If there is, each character in a room with a technical corridor entrance performs a noise roll. In case there is one there, I have got an entrance here, so I have to make a noise roll. Ooh. And it's danger, so that's okay. what the danger result means is that you place a noise token in everyone that doesn't already have one. Intruder bag development. Now, we don't want a noise roll now, or else we're... Oh! Yeah, or else we're in trouble. I was thinking then, oh, but I'm slimed, but it doesn't matter that. Okay. There's loads in this bag now. Oh, it's a creeper. Remove the token and add one breeder. Oh no, it's a larva. It's a larva. Remove a token and add an adult. That comes out, and we had another adult. Okay. But we've not had an alien yet. It's absolutely bizarre. Look, we're down to round 10. Hibernatorium's nearly open. Okay, so it comes back to us. We've got 2 cards. We draw up to 5. We get search. Ingenuity. And rest. Okay, I'm going to have to careful move. So I'm going to use technical corridors and rest. I'm going to careful move into the hibernatorium. And I'm going to place on there. Place on. How fast? How can I get there? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I'll place there. Okay. And then I am going to careful move. Already careful move. No, I'll fast move. I'm going to fast move. Spend my fast repairs to do it. Into here. And we find engine control room. We can check the status of the engines there. You know, we walked all the way around there. We could have just done it from there. Okay, there are 3 items. Halved and rounded up means 2. And a door closes behind us. Okay. Think we'll just pass. Okay. We move the time track. Nothing else at the moment. Resolve an event. Short circuit. Oh no. Place a malfunction marker on each explored yellow room with a computer. Then remove it from the game. The generator's got a computer. And so is the engine control room. Okay. This is... the ship's falling apart. We've now got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're halfway through to capacity. This goes out of the game. And then we reshuffle the event deck. We really have to think about fixing some of these before the ship falls apart on us. Intruder bag development makes me wince. Oh, it's an adult. Make a noise roll, that means. It goes back in. Make a noise roll. Oh. I had to make one anyway when I went in there, didn't I? That's cocked. So there's 1 on a 3. Now I have to make another one. Oh! We have our first encounter. Oh, this is exciting. It's time, people. It's time. Been sneaking around all this time. We discard all noise markers from all corridors connected to the room. Then we draw 1 intruder token from the bag, place it in the room, the miniature, and compare the number on the token with the number of cards in hand. Here we go. We might just pull that blank again. So let's first of all remove that. See what we get. Oh, and I have painted these Intruders. I could have been, I went to all the effort of getting these extra shots. The show us there like that. Okay. But you can't see me though. Can you see this? You can. No. I bet I could focus better on that board. I am foolish sometimes. This is what we get. Oh, it's just a wee larvae. So, it's got a warning of 1. Here it is, look. Don't think you can even see it from there. So this pops out into our room. I'm going to just go back to the normal table. So, yeah, unfortunately, I painted everything in the same colour as the ship. So, our little face huggers are there now. So it doesn't surprise us. That's good. Because you do the bag development, it's after the intruders attack, so that means that they're not going to attack us. They've not took us by surprise because we weren't empty of cards. We had 2, so that was good. And we do have a shotgun. We don't want to punch these things. You can punch them. Ill-advised though. We all know what happens when you get too close to one of these things. It comes back to us. We draw up to 5, so we get demolition, interruption, and we're going to shuffle 1 out. We are going to just blast this thing. I do love this game. I love Alien. One of my favourite films. Okay. Pyrotechnics again. So, let's do some shooting. What do we want to lose? I think we'll spend interruption because that's without use in a solo game. So we will spend that. We get to roll a shotgun dice. We have to spend an ammo. Oh, it's a blank. That's a miss. Let's spend demolition. Shoot again with our last bullet. Come on. Yay, so that is 2 hits. They only have 1 health, the wee facehuggers. So before it attached itself to us, we managed to dispose of it. Well, I think that that's a good enough time as any to pause. We've sneaked around the ship. We know something's wrong. There was a corpse where we woke up. We've head down as a mechanic would. We've made sure that the engines are functioning. We've fixed 2 of them. We've worked our way back through the hibernatorium, and we've had our first encounter with an alien life form. We've dispatched it, but not at no cost. We have no bullets left in our weapon. And I think that that's a good point for chapter 1 to finish. You'll have to tune back in if you want to see if our lucky mechanic can make it to the cockpit, verify where the ship's going, and then finally get back into the hibernatorium. If you have watched this long, I thank you. Hopefully you've subscribed. We've just passed 100 subscribers, which is a massive accomplishment for such a small channel, just playing solo niche games. I really appreciate it. However, something like 85% of our views are from non-subscribers. So if you've not managed to press the button, please do. And any comments help our algorithms. Thanks again for watching, and tune in for chapter 2.